Hello, welcome to the first Seattle PI Reader Blog, Videoblogging 206 Skype video interview. I'm your host, Jack Olmsted. In this episode, I'll be talking with Erin Kennedy, the U.S. Olympic Committee's Young Ambassador for the 2010 Youth Olympics. Erin is one of 30 young ambassadors from around the world that will be attending the first Youth Olympic Games in Singapore that will be held August 14th to the 26th. How did you become the U.S. Young Ambassador?
I went through an application process. My CEO found out about the position through the United States Olympic Committee, and he forwarded that out to everyone in the office, and it was open to anyone between the ages of 18 and 25 and worked for a national governing body. So I applied and went through an interview process and got selected in the first week in January. My CEO is Nigel Melville, the CEO of USA Rugby. I am the Youth Development Manager, and I create opportunities for kids to play rugby all over the country.
Now, how did you get into that position?
I got my master's degree in sports psychology from the University of Denver. I completed that and started working part-time for the United States Olympic Committee in the coaching education department. And just through my connections there, just found out about the job and applied. And with my background in sports psychology, it made it a perfect fit for youth development, something that I'm really passionate about and really interested in.
So you spent a week in Singapore, March 20th to the 25th. You went to a seminar, the Culture and Education Program Seminar. Tell us how that went. How was your plane ride over?
The plane ride. And it actually was a lot better than I expected. It was, I had some interesting stops along the way. I stopped in Singapore on my way, Hong Kong on my way over, and before I hit Singapore. But it was good. I got to actually meet a local from Singapore who was sitting near me, as well as a gentleman from Guyana. So it's always nice to have those long plane rides to get to know someone from a different country. So that was fun.
So tell us about the seminar.
We spent the next 4 or 5 days just kind of test driving the different activities that the athletes will get to go through. So we were getting our hands dirty. We were doing the island activity and doing rafting and rock climbing. And then we'd also get to sit down and try the different discovery activities and have breakout sessions. We met with the president of the International Olympic Committee, Jacques Rogue, and had there's a big welcome dinner as well. So there was a lot of stuff going on within 5 days' time. So they definitely kept us busy. It was really nice to hear how the games kind of came about and what their underlying goal is. And you can tell that it's very genuine. It's very authentic, this feeling of just providing the athletes with a chance to really get to that principle of Olympism and that holistic development, which I think is a really great thing.
What kind of dancing did they have you doing?
They had some dances that were put on, which is a blend of all the different cultures in Singapore. But one dance in particular that you'll see me do is the worm, or what they call is the caterpillar. So it's just something fun to do. It's a big crowd pleaser. So if the music is just right and the mood's just right, you may see the worm.
Now, did you get a chance to sample any of the local food?
I did. The great thing about Singapore is it's kind of a melting pot of a lot of different Asian cultures. There's Indian, Indonesian, Malaysian, Chinese. So you can get just a wealth of different foods. We did do a food trail in Chinatown and got to try some traditional Singaporean dishes as well as some other things. My favorite was laksa, which is kind of a soup-based. It has tofu and prawn, and it was a little spicy. It was delicious. And then my favorite was durian, which is a fruit specific to Singapore, and it's got a very, very strong smell and a very strong taste. And I guess not many Europeans and Westerners seem to like it. I think it was on Fear Factor as well. It's that popular.
What were some of the activities they had you do during the seminar?
So some of the things we did, there are 7 different activities that are for the athletes, and then within those activities there are mini activities. So each one is a separate program in itself. We did an island activity that has 4 different activities within it. I had the chance to sample 2 of those, which were rock climbing and also it was a building raft. It was a teamwork activity. And then we also did some breakout sessions on career planning and networking, as well as some discovery activities on building relationships and managing your time, a lot of different life skills. There was a chat with champions, and that was when the athletes will actually get a chance to sit down with current or former Olympians and have a chance to chat with them, similar to how we talked with Jacques Rogue.
How can you be an effective young ambassador?
Being an effective young ambassador is pretty much, how do I want to say this, practicing what I preach, I guess, and a lot of what I'm talking about with, or will be promoting with the athletes, is how you can take sport and develop yourself holistically and take it and develop a career with it or find your passion within it. And I think that's something that I've done. I've participated in sport in the past, and although I wasn't participating in the Olympic Games, I found an area of sport that I've taken and now I'm giving back, and I'm helping develop youth through rugby, which the biggest thing about sport for me is it helped me for who I am as a leader, who I am as a team player and a communicator, and I think helping these athletes realize that these are things that they're developing within themselves, and they can go back and be leaders. And there's being that role model for them and just helping them with these different activities and helping them go through them, I think is going to be my most effective way of being an ambassador.
Any words of advice for the Youth Olympic Game athletes?
Yeah, definitely. My word of advice would be to just take advantage. In 2 simple words, there's going to be just so many incredible opportunities for them to take advantage of when they're in Singapore, whether it's trying new foods or meeting new people or participating in different activities. I think that you don't get this opportunity every day, so take advantage of learning a new culture and making new friends and really getting out of your comfort zone and developing yourself in new ways. I think that would be my number 1 piece of advice for them.
And what was it like leaving Singapore? You were there for a week. Was it hard to part with new friends?
It absolutely was. I think I definitely felt a little sad that I had to leave early, because I felt that all of our days were planned, and we were going from morning to night. And here I am for the first time in my life where I'm meeting people from over 30 countries, and I have all this great time to spend with them, but I want more of that. And it was a little disappointing that we had to leave in part, and although we are still keeping in touch, and I'm really excited to see them again in August, it would have been nice to have a little bit more time to spend with them. But it was also nice coming back, because it's always hard being away from home and being away from what you're used to. It's very, very humid in Singapore, and I live in Boulder, Colorado, where it's just dry heat. So I was very happy to get back to that and kind of back to my own routine and back in the office. And I've definitely suffered from a bit of jet lag, but I'm recovering and bouncing back. So it's nice to be home, but I am excited to go back in August as well.
Well, thank you very much for talking with me today, Erin.
Well, thank you, Jack.